How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the biggest issues on FIFA 21, which is how to beat drop back. How to get past an opponent when they've got near enough every man behind the ball. One of the difficult things to do on FIFA 21, but there are ways that we can go around it. If you enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day. All of the socials for Facebook Gaming, where we live stream, our Twitter, Instagram, and our second channel is all down in the description box. So then, let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to be a little bit quieter. I'm not feeling 100%, so I will be a little bit quieter with everything that we are going through today. So, drop back. Essentially, what is drop back, first of all? Drop back is an instruction that you can put onto your team, where it will tell the whole of your team when you have not got the ball to basically drop back and get into your box. You know, you want to sit as deep as possible when you are running the tactic. A lot of people will then run low width, narrow width, so it means there's a lot of room on the wings, and they will also run a low depth. They might be running 1, 2, 3 depth even. And what this is then going to do, if they have like the ram, lamb, and the cam on come back on defense, it's going to create two solid lines of players that are just going to sit in front of the box. And obviously, when AI blocks are as strong as they are, it's a very, very frustrating thing to deal with, which is why I always talk about trying your hardest to do an extra skill move, take an extra touch, do an extra pass to beat the AI block. But before we get into that, let's actually talk about drop back as a whole and what you can do, what sort of patterns you can look for to get past an opponent and find your way through. So you can see here the opponent has got his solid back four line and he's just got his 2 CMs. Now his lamb and his ram at the minute are currently up there, but they are slowly going to make their way back and get back into their drop back kind of position, engage their position and where they want to be. I always talk to you guys about on FIFA 20 and FIFA 21, the best place for you to try and get to is in this little gap here. So you go ahead and you get through his 2 centre mids, right? That's what you want to try and get into. Now, when you get into that area, you've still got a back line to break through. This year, you kind of want to get into this area, and if you get that opportunity to run in behind, so with like a running fake shot and elastico step overs that are really strong at the minute, you want to take it as quick as possible. You almost want to beat the drop back by not letting them get into this position here. If they get into that position, that's when it becomes much more difficult because it is so hard to take a shot when there is so many people inside the box. So what are we going to do? We are going to be using, you'll see a lot throughout this game, a lot of Pogba, which will make that run coming through the middle, which gives them an extra man to keep their eye on and an extra man to kind of cover. When a player makes a run through the middle or even out on the wing, say your left attacking mid, your right attacking mid, the opponent then has the decision to either track that run, where they right stick switch and track it, or let the AI track it, which they won't do anywhere near as effective. So you can just see here, we distribute the ball out wide. Now, when you get into these sort of areas, what you want to do is make sure that you're being very particular with the ball. When an opponent is playing drop back, they are going to focus on what you'll probably end up seeing is the majority of people will control their 2 CDMs and they're going to keep moving them around and they're going to cover the pass into your striker, which is the key pass. As a general rule, you're going to have simple passes to Pogba, to your ram and to your lamb available. So what I want you to do is to pass the ball around on the edge in between these guys and keep waiting for an opening. What you are trying to do is pull these 2 guys apart from each other and show your striker in, get the pass into your striker. When you then get that passing lane open, you can then take it and you are then into the dangerous area, which is the penalty box. Then you've got to do something else, we'll just talk about in just a minute. So as you can see, we'll move the ball around. We're waiting for that killer position. You can just see here, Mbappe's making the run. Pogba's there. I've got Dembele out on the left-hand side, so I'm being patient with it. I'm moving the ball around quickly. I'm doing a one-touch pass and finding it and making sure the passes that I play are logical passes. We then get into here. We want to avoid the AI block, so I'm not going to go into that area and just shoot. We do a little drag back. We take it into there, and then we're going to rifle that at the near post. Why? Near post still works this year when the keeper is in that area. As long as if you're more closer to this side, they cover the near post more, and if I shoot across goal, his AI will defend that. So that's why we go for the near post. Really, really nice goal there. I'm very happy to score that one. When you are trying to break down the AI, the drop back and kind of the AI defender that people will do, what I will see a lot of you guys do is just keep the ball in this middle area. And you're very, very, very rarely using all of the men on the pitch that you have available. I distribute the ball out wide, and then I will look to get in behind with the Dembele, my left attacking mid or my right attacking mid, whoever it is, and create that space. Because then what you're trying to do is pull over these players. Get the right back brought over. Get the right centre defensive mid brought over. Get them to play a switch. Get them to try and put that little bit of pressure on. And as you do that, you then open up more space back in the middle of the pitch. So as you can see, we picked the ball up here with Mendy. We're just moving it over. He's covering through there. So again, we're still being patient with it. We've got Ronaldo there coming in available. And now look, he's shifting his team over. We get that little bit of space now in that area. The Pogba came across. That's exactly what we're trying to get him to do. And then we go ahead and do the McGeady spin and top that one, smash that one into the back of the net. A really, really effective goal. So one of the biggest issues this year at the minute with drop back is the fact that you can pass the ball around on the edge of the box and you can be really patient with it, and then you might create a really, really good chance. Like you can just see here how he sat so deep. You can create a really, really good chance. They get an AO block in, or the keeper saves it, or whatever. They get a tackle in at the last minute, and then they go and hit you on the counter attack, and you might have committed a few men forward with the CM, with the left back, with the right back, and they hit you on the counter. My best advice to try and deal with this is to get the ball, is to switch obviously to your men. So when you're using the right stick switching, to track those ones as quick as you possibly can. When you are doing that, you give yourself the best chance to avoid that counter attack, making sure obviously that you have got, you know, centre backs, right back, left backs that are quick. So that's one thing obviously to be very cautious of when playing against drop back. It's a very frustrating and a very, very difficult thing to do. And Mbappe here just managing to go ahead and lay that ball into CR7. Unfortunately, he goes ahead and gets a save. So you can just see here, screenshot comes through. He's got two centre defensive mids, the left attacking mid, right attacking mid, slowly making their way back. He's got the Ruud Gullit as well. And we're just trying our hardest to make sure that we can beat through and get into the exact areas that we've been speaking about. Look, we take out the two centre mids in the game now. We are up against the back four. If you can get up against the back four as often as you can, this is going to give you the better chance to beat the drop back, to beat that deep defensive line. When you get into this area though, this is where skill moves and quick little passes, quick little movements will really, really help you when you've beat that back line. Don't try and go quick passes into there when they are marshalling it. So many people don't keep an eye on this thing, the opponent's cursor, when trying to beat that drop back and that deep defensive line, that they just try these ludicrous passes into the striker's feet that are never going to work. So keep moving it around, and it's like a game of chess, right? You can look at this in two ways, and you can be frustrated with the opponent when they're playing a drop back deep defensive play style. And you can go, oh, but I don't want to hold the ball. I want to play quick counter attack. I want to play quick tick attacker. I want to play nice, attractive football. I get that. But when someone's sitting so deep and they've got so many men behind that ball, you physically can't ping the ball like quick and get the goals that way. You are just going to lose the ball because they've got so many men there to kind of intercept. So you have to be patient with it, and you have to frustrate this opponent that is just running around with their CM and make them make that mistake when you are doing it. One thing that you will see from me when we're in this area is you'll see me, when I lay off these passes, I'll send a lot of L1 runs to go ahead, and LB runs to go ahead and send the person on a run and give myself another option. So you can see there in that example how we were moving the ball around and we were waiting for that pass to open. We were making him work really hard with his Kante to obviously try and open up that pass. So you can see here in the middle, he's got the ball, we've got the ball, he's got his Kante. We want to try and find that centre attacking mid and that striker. We're running the 4-2-3-1 formation. We do have Pogba out on that outlet as well for us to try and look for him if we can. And when we get into this area, we're going to see if we can drive forward. No, we can't. So we go back, we move the ball around, and now we drive and get into a good area. And then unfortunately, he just managed to get that tackle in at the last minute. It's a really difficult thing to do. It is a bit frustrating that the tactics is really strong. If you are struggling to say, if the person sat deep from minute 1 doing this, and you get, I don't know, 70th minute, you might have to change things up. I always talk about the 4-4-2, the attacking formation we have in our custom tactics and instructions plans, along with the 3 at the back as well. So we use a 3-4-1-2. So if someone's playing really deep, I will switch to that just to try and overload them. Yes, I'm going to get caught on the counter, but that's kind of a last draw for you when you are playing against the drop back and the defensive play style that not many people like to play against. So remember, pockets of space between the CMs and the defensive line. That's where you want to get into. Use the full width of the pitch. Don't be afraid to use the fullbacks and look for that ball down the line. It's a game of chess. It's about being patient. It's about moving the ball around, drawing the opponent out, try and getting them to make a mistake. And then when there's a chance to attack the box, to get into the box, that's exactly what you're going to do. A quick fake shot, a quick drag back, a quick running fake shot, and elastico, the step overs. Anything you can do to beat past that defender and then get that shot off will work really well for you. You can also look for a long shot with a finesse. It's not something I do too often, but it can work in certain scenarios for sure. So then, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. As I said, it is greatly appreciated, massively helps us grow here on YouTube. Thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What else do you struggle with on FIFA 21 and what videos you need to see in the future? And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.